Thank you for being here this afternoon. I am especially proud of this individual that I'm going to introduce next to talk about how this happened. But he went through a COVID pandemic, construction price increases, everything that could go wrong went wrong. And this project had been in the works, I'm going to say 17, maybe even back to 16. And we're finally bringing it to fruition. As you can see, the buildings on this location look fantastic. When we toured these lots, and some of them were vacant homes that were ready to be torn down, it's just fantastic, the transformation. And we're not done yet, but I don't want to steal his thunder about what the plans are. I'm going to let him acknowledge that and talk about what we're going to be doing in the future for not only this neighborhood, but throughout central Pennsylvania, certainly Harrisburg. Without further ado, I want to acknowledge Tarik Casteel, who is the developer of TLC Cornerstone Renewal. Give us a hand here. All right.
Good afternoon, everybody, community, family, friends, everyone, Harrisburg, period. I appreciate everyone's support for coming out, supporting me on this celebration. I want to, it's a privilege to stand before you and just someone who deeply committed to the values of community, dignity, justice. Today is a day for new beginnings, a day when we take a step forward in building something that goes far beyond just bricks and mortar. We are building hope, opportunity, and a future for so many who need it. I want to take a moment to recognize PHFA, Robin Weissman, for staying by me. And this project was in the works for almost 6 years, and I almost lost this project, but, because of the COVID. Started out with the COVID, but then price increases, and we started losing site control, and we'll gain site control. I mean, it was a lot going on, and PHFA, First National Bank, and RBC Capital stuck by me the whole time, and they didn't go anywhere. And I appreciate you all for staying there with me, you know what I mean? But without the community support, none of this could have happened either, because I'm gonna tell you right now, Mr. Hudson, it was very instrumental of keeping this alive for me, and I can't thank him enough for what you've done for me, not just on this project, my first project, and I don't even know. Hey, man, I just appreciate you. I don't know that. I love you, man. You know what I mean? But PHFA is very very dedicated, and they're mission driven, affordable housing advocate, and partnering with them to do this project. They funded it. First National Bank. Same thing, helped fund this project, but it's not for me. It was for this community that was in bad need. But a lot of people don't know. I'm gonna say it. I didn't want to say it, but where this project stands at. In 1998, I was arrested right here on 15th and Walnut Street when I was in my former life, and I did some time, but I changed my life around after I been incarcerated. But, so when I did my first project of veteran housing uptown, I did a partnership with my aunt. It was a veteran housing project, but this was the first one I did by myself. And a lot of people was doubting me because they thought that I couldn't do it by myself. But I did do it, and look what I got. So the other piece I wanted to recognize and want people to recognize is, I come from a good family, but I did make some mistakes, and I done a lot of things wrong in my life, but, while I've been blessing others, the blessings been coming back tenfold for me. You know what I mean? Because not only did I buy this area up, this block up, a lot of people didn't want to come to Allison Hill. A lot of development was going on uptown and midtown. But I said I want to go to Allison Hill because everybody was scared to come over here. So when I decided to come over here and do my first project by myself, a lot of people was a little nervous about why would you want to spend your money over there, spend money over there. I said, why not? I mean, I grew up in affordable housing and lived in Hall Manor for 11, 12 years of my life. You know what I mean? I lost a brother out there. You know what I mean? The gun violence and stuff. But, I came here and this area was trickled with gun violence and still is. But my aim is to transform this neighborhood one block at a time. My goal is to push all that out of here because we plan on going towards Market Street, towards 19th Street, towards 13th Street, towards State Street, and we're going to get Allison Hill together. But without the help, I need the help. I'm saying it now, I need the help. But I need the help not just of the politicians and people in place, but I need the help of the community. Because when you see something, say something. Because I put cameras on every building, every corner, it's lit up pretty good out here. I mean, we did a lot of work out here, and I just need the help of not everyone in this community. Because like I said, we trying to push all that, gun violence, and we brought supportive services to this program, to this community, because we have the Allison Hill Community Center. We actually purchased that a few years ago during this project while we was getting site control, but we still have a lot of work and we need funding to get that together. But it ain't just you. But we need help. We need help over there. But we got a lot of programs that's in the community, good programs in the community, and we need some more partnerships. But not only with the programs, we need partnerships with the agencies that have the funders, so we can help push this blight and get these people in this community and all over the city together. Because I just need a lot of help, you know what I mean? And I have put my family through a lot of stress on this project because I had all my money tied up in this, personal money too. And, it was a strain for me because, I had a lot of my time and my energy was, focused on this project because I didn't want to fail, you know what I mean? And, I thank my wife for standing by me and family standing by me, my kids, my sons, both my sons, both my daughters, they here. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all for, being patient with me. I know I ain't have a lot of time to do a lot of things with you, but, with this stuff here, y'all don't understand what I went through. And I told you, well, my older one stuff from my little baby right there. But I brought him to this project because he's the only kid here, but I took him out of school because I want him to see what his dad is capable of doing. But without further ado, I would like to bring in PHFA CEO, Ms. Robin Weissman. Can everyone give her a hand, please? Thank you.
Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. Afternoon. But the wind is blowing in the right direction. I just want to say I have a sense that the wind is blowing in the right direction for both here in Harrisburg and across the country. But I want to say hello, acknowledge a couple people here. Gary Lenker's here. He's a long-term board member of PHFA and also a stalwart nonprofit developer. And in these parts, in fact, right around in the neighborhood. So thank you very much for being here, Gary. I also do want to, Jessica Perry, our Director of Development, is here. And I also do want to really acknowledge my predecessor, my very long-term predecessor in this position, Brian Hudson, who's here today. I think we're pretty good buds, actually. We've been buddies for a long, long time, since he was a child. But I really want to thank him as well for being a leader and a continuous steward and a stalwart advocate for affordable housing. So we're happy he's still in the game. Thanks, Brian. But as I was thinking about this, I always look at all the stats and the statistics and all the funding and everything that's been put in here. My theme for TLC Cornerstone is twofold. I just want to put this down. It's twofold. First, I want to congratulate you, Tarik. I want to call you Tarik, but I know that's not the right pronunciation. I just like it somehow. But I want to congratulate you so much for being a great developer, a conscientious developer, and I will call you one of our developers of opportunity. You are going to be doing great, great things. And my second theme about this development is this is the development that has it all, and that's in a lot of different respects. It has it all because it has every single type of contribution it can possibly have in the capital stack, from funding from Harrisburg to the federal tax credits to the federal ARP money that came to the Commonwealth to help make sure we could plug the holes in capital budgets. It has all of those types of financings in it. And I also want to point out, it has our first significant developer opportunity fund, a $2 million line of credit for the developer. And we hope to grow this program. It's hopefully the first of many. But the other thing that this development also has, when I say it has it all, it really does have it all. Besides the general units, it has the accessible units, and it has the 8 supportive units for formerly incarcerated individuals to re-enter society. That is so important. And I know in my former role at Banking and Securities, we had a program for financial education, financial capability inside the institutions prior to re-entry. So we need to support our re-entrants every way possible. But the other pieces here, and I know I'm going over for a minute, I'll be right off, but the other pieces here that are so important are the community center. And there are after-school programs and food programs and the gym and all those other things that just make life worth living. So I congratulate TLC Cornerstone. I'm counting on more development from you. And I congratulate the community for having a wonderful place to live in. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin.
You know, Tarik is a very humble young man, and I just love embarrassing him. So he's getting very good at doing these speeches, but I'm going to tell you it's about reputation. When I first met him and kind of encouraged him to be his own developer, he was ready to go. But now that he's done a second project, his reputation precedes him, and everyone knows he's going to do a great job, and that's why I'm proud to be with him. I'm proud to be part of his team and helping bring some of these new developments to Harrisburg. So thank you for all that you do. I do want to acknowledge we have another up-and-coming developer in the audience, Chris Franklin, coach of the Harlem Globetrotters. Thank you for being here. And I think one of our lenders that started with the project earlier, Community First Fund, Jim Berger. I know you're here someplace. Jim, yep, thank you. Right now, I'd like to bring up members of the state legislature representing the 103rd and 104th District, Representative Patty Kim and Dave Madsen.
Thank you, Brian. Good afternoon, everyone. Honored to serve the city of Harrisburg with Representative Madsen. A sincere congratulations to Mr. Casteel and all of your work. He says he needs help because it makes no financial sense to build affordable housing in Harrisburg. It's just the truth. You don't see out-of-town developers coming in, cashing in, and building all these houses because it doesn't make financial sense. So we need to have some federal subsidies. We need some help to make sure that we do this. And we need a developer who actually cares about the community and wants to clean up the crime and put his heart and soul in there. That's the only reason why this works, because Tarik cares. And I appreciate all of his work because, again, he's not making a boatload of money with these projects. It's because he wants to see his community get better. Before I hand this off to Representative Madsen, it gives me great joy and hope to know that 50 families or individuals will be living in a safe, clean home without the fear of eviction. They can live in peace and focus on life instead of working, pushing out all the negativity. So this is what this is all about. Congratulations, Mr. Steele, and we appreciate you so much.
Good afternoon. My name is Dave Madsen, and I'm a recovering Harrisburg City Council person. But I say all that to say because this journey started a while ago. I distinctly remember being on Harrisburg City Council in 2017, newly elected, and we were seeing a lot of development coming in. And then a President Wanda Williams tapping me on the shoulder because I was Community Economic Development Chair when we were looking at these land development plans, and she said, do not move this forward until we get a commitment on affordable quality housing and local contractors getting opportunities on projects. From there, that took us to put some pressure on the Pappenfuss administration, and then followed up with a study. And then we had a very studious, committed member on the zoning board by the name of Danielle Bowers, who was then elected to council and then took that study and drafted an affordable housing ordinance. And so, yeah. So you fast forward, I get into the State House. I'm on the Appropriations Committee. We worked with the Shapiro administration to make sure that PHFA got the funding that they needed to allocate state and federal grants so local developers like TLC Construction could do projects like this. Plus, we have good council members and a good solid mayor's administration committed to affordable housing, who then helped draft the policies to get projects like this. And this is just the beginning. But it didn't just start here today. It started 5 years ago with state, federal, and local officials working together with a vision, with the private sector to get us to a place like we are today. This is just the beginning. We know that there are more affordable housing projects coming down the line with great local elected officials here, great state officials. I'm very excited about Harrisburg's future. And again, let's build.
Thank you, Representative Kim and Dave Madsen. Thank you. Representing the Dauphin County Commissions, let me welcome Mr. George Hartwick to the podium. Mr. Hartwick.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. This is truly an incredible opportunity to see a complete success story come full circle. The only way this works is when you have a commitment beyond yourself, a vision and a belief to do better as a result of what God has put you through. He never takes you through anything unless he takes you to something. And I don't know of anybody here that's without mistakes. If you are, please let me know. Me being included. And it's not what happens to you, it's how you respond as a result of what you've been through. What have you learned? And how are you going to be able to provide opportunities as a part of the grace that you've been giving? And in this case, this whole development doesn't work without somebody that's faced tough battles, that has not overcome challenges, that is not resilient, that has not figured out a way to have this be more than just income, but a passion and a mission to begin to change a community as a result of that vision and experience and the ability to know and see and put his money to do better. And the idea of the community being a part of this success is critically important because everybody wants us to fail. You hear me? Everybody wants us to fail. When you listen to politics, when you see what's on the news, when you hear all the negativity, you think that represents the world. But as I look out here, I see people that believe in the spirit that we can together, that believe in the ability to come together around these issues and see development occur, and see neighborhoods step up and say, it's not going to happen here because we are in charge. We're going to police our own blocks. We're going to figure out a way to make this a success, and we're going to figure out a way to make the next one start to occur and set a vision and a pathway for economic stability and freedom. And the ability to do that starts with somebody who's had that seed and investment and people that believe in that seed. And today, as a result of him doing incredible work, keeping people together and facing insurmountable odds and keeping God and his family first, we stand here today. So I am grateful to be a part of the ribbon cutting, look forward to being able to partner at all levels of county government to make sure that this is the beginning of a revitalization effort where a rising tide lifts all ships. And we can figure out a way to be proud and beat our chests like we always are. It's Harrisburg versus everybody. And you know I say that Stilton versus everybody. But I'm in Harrisburg on Allison Hill, and I got to be careful today. But the idea of us coming together around what's right and celebrating and supporting our own is also a part of our responsibility. And making sure that this continues to be a success is also something that we have to have a personal stake in. So it's a blessing to be here, an honor to partner, and incredible to see a developer gain the level of a reputation and success. When they say we don't have any minority developers here, they obviously don't know Tarik. They obviously don't know the quality of work that needs to be done, and it doesn't have to cost you more. The idea of doing it with local labor has got to be something that we press to continue to do. So with that, I won't go through the entire proclamation, but on behalf of our board, Commissioner Justin Douglas and Mike Priest, we are proud to join with the 286,000 residents, the local leaders, and all who made this possible in celebrating this new development and the steps it takes towards revitalizing all of Allison Hill. And we do hereby proudly proclaim November 1st as TLC Cornerstone Day in Dauphin County. Congratulations, my brother.
Thank you, Commissioner. I just love having all of these funders present so they can see that we're coming back to them for more money. This is what we're looking to do. The next person really needs no introduction, having previously served as the president of City Council. It pleases me to introduce the mayor of Harrisburg, Mayor Wanda Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Hudson. Good afternoon, everyone. Well, if anybody knows Tarik, he's persuasive. I can tell you on my cell phone about 20 calls. And I look at it and I say, oh, Lord, here's Tarik. But I am so proud of this young man as far as he's come. And I, pressured him as well. Tarik, I need some houses. Tarik, I need some houses. He said, I don't have no money. I said, I'll get you some. But on that note, it's my pleasure to be here with you today for this exciting grand opening. I want to start off by saying thank you to TLC Construction for building what is known as the Cornerstone Renewal Affordable Housing Development. Here in Allison Hill, this is the perfect example of what I refer to in my State of the City address, turning blight into bright. Can I get an applause, please? He's done a great job. These homes are a wonderful addition to the city of Harrisburg as we understand and prioritize the fact that everyone deserves a comfortable, functional, and safe place to live, especially when raising families and are struggling and juggling many other responsibilities. Each home is replete with state-of-the-art appliances while also being very affordable, alleviating stress and financial burdens for the occupants. And it gets better when talking about construction and considering that this development is located right near the Allison Hill Community Center, which offers food banks, social recreation, after-school programs, and much, much more. Thanks to Mr. Tarik Casteel. Okay. I am so happy to partner with corporations such as TLC, who, like myself, are serious about investing in the communities within Harrisburg, making them more accommodating, secure, and beautiful for the residents. Projects like this reminds me that there are no limits as to what we can do in the city of Harrisburg and accomplish. I look forward to seeing more home developments and developments in general. I hope everyone enjoys the tour. Thank you again to the TLC work-based team for making these homes a reality, and God bless the families that will bring each home to life. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Williams. Now I'd like to bring up the President of City Council, Danielle Bowers.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for the invitation to participate today. I bring you greetings on behalf of Harrisburg City Council. I would like to acknowledge two of my colleagues, who I believe you will hear from next, but Councilman Lamont Jones, who serves as our Public Safety Chair, and Councilwoman Crystal Davis, who serves as our Chair of the Building and Housing Committee. Thank you. Since my arrival on Harrisburg City Council, I have become a very strong cheerleader for affordable housing. So I'd like to thank Mr. Casteel. It's a blessing to be a blessing. So I'm just excited to be here. I'm excited to see this project come to fruition. As Representative Mattson mentioned, in 2018, that was my first council meeting where the Harrisburg Housing Study was released. And the primary finding of that study that stuck with me was that over the next 5 years, there was a significant need in every single area of this city for affordable housing. So I did some research. We assembled an affordable housing task force, and we developed 4 pieces of legislation that became the affordable housing legislative package. The primary piece was for developers. It ensured that at least 20% of any new development or rehab development within the city of Harrisburg needed to be deemed affordable for our residents. So it's just a breath of fresh air that these units, these 50 units, are affordable and safe for our residents. It's just monumental. So thank you for remembering your home, right? And making a difference right here. And I'm so excited that this is just the beginning, and know that we got your back, we got your front and your side. So know that we're supportive of this effort and the continued need for affordable housing in the city of Harrisburg. So thank you very much. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, President Bowers. And at this time, I want to welcome Ms. Crystal Davis and Lamont Jones, council members, to the podium to speak.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon, everyone. I am so happy to be standing here in the midst of the new Cornerstone Renewal affordable housing project developed by the TLC Work-Based Training Program, owned and operated by Tarik Casteel. As you all know, this particular Allison Hill neighborhood was characterized for many years by dilapidated buildings, dumping sites, neglect, distress, and downtrodden blight. Revitalization and improvement was long overdue here. I was born and raised in this very neighborhood and currently reside just around the corner. There were many, many days that I would drive by or walk by this site desiring, yearning, and praying for revitalization, for the children's sake of our neighborhood and the entire community as a whole. Needless to say, this urban renewal significantly enhances the area's aesthetics, and we are delighted and proud. Furthermore, it was commendable to observe that many of the construction workers were sourced from the inner city, serving as a positive example for local children who could witness community members contributing to their community once again. In closing, I want to express my heartfelt thanks to everyone who made this project a reality. Our mayor, Mayor Williams, and her administration, my colleagues on city council, the reps, state reps, Patty Kim, Dave Mattson, Commissioner Hartwig, and everyone, all of the banks, I can't remember them all. Mr. Brian Hudson, I can't forget Mr. Brian Hudson. Where's he at? Thank you very much. and anyone else who has contributed to the residential complex that has enhanced our community's appeal and functionality. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I just want to start out by saying I'm proud of you. My brother, stand up for a minute, man. I'm proud of you, man, because we share similar stories. He probably doesn't remember this. We were bit by the same police dog. No, seriously. So it's a pleasure to stand next to you and support you in your endeavors on what you're doing for this community. As Ms. Davis said, I grew up in this neighborhood as well. I probably helped tear down some of this neighborhood. And today, I'm happy to stand beside this brother to make sure that we are revitalizing it. I want to give a shout out to Jason Graves. He gave me some literature to read that I am continuously reading. I haven't finished it yet, so don't beat me up. But I do know that eliminating crime by environmental design, that's what this looks like. We just got a little bit more to go. Like he said, he's working over this side, he's working on this side, he's working on that side. And by that, people can have a home that they can take pride in and make sure that the neighborhood is clean. There's no trash out here right now. And there shouldn't be 5 years from now, especially if the development continues to go on in this neighborhood. But we want to make sure that we are supporting efforts like this. I wasn't a part of the decision-making on this particular project. However, I am in support of projects like this, and I won't use the word local. I'm going to say Harrisburg-based contractors. We really need to focus on them. This is how we actually bring our economic empowerment to our community. One of the other things that he does with his reentry, he's willing, not just giving them a place to stay, he also gives them employment. People are less likely to go out and commit crimes when they have a job, when they have affordable housing, when they have a better quality of life. This is something that he's bringing to our community, and all the investors and all the people that chipped in on this. We appreciate you. We really do. And it's going to take a collective effort for us to continuously rebuild not only Allison Hill, but the city of Harrisburg. Congratulations, Mr. Casteel.
Thank you, council members. As I mentioned earlier, it's a partnership, and this could not be done without, obviously, the state, federal tax credits, but we also have investors, those who actually buy the credits at a very good price, by the way, which brings the largest source of capital to the table to allow us to build the project. And that comes in over a periods of sequence through construction and whatever. And then we have lenders who bridge that loan until the funds are ready. And with that, I want to welcome Chris Tully from RBC, the purchaser of the credits, and Lisa Kelly, our bridge lender, to the podium.
Good afternoon, everyone. There's been a lot of good speakers up here today, so we'll be brief. But RBC is really thrilled to have provided $11.5 million of equity to help finance this deal with F&B and through their $10 million construction loan. And we're thrilled to have been one of the first, if not the first, developer opportunity fund through PHFA investment. So really happy to be here. I think Lisa and I were here in 2019 or 2020. His son was still in a carriage, and we were walking the site. And to be here today, it just brings so much joy to us. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris. And congratulations, truly. It has been a journey, and we appreciate Pyramid Construction. Once we got started, too, I don't know if they even mentioned, but thank you very much for helping us get to the finish line. And, First National Bank is lucky enough to have an opportunity to both lend on the construction side, but also to invest through RBC in the tax credits. And again, we appreciate PHFA coming up and helping us on the lending side to get to the finish line and make this project happen from the financing side. So thank you, and congratulations again.
Thank you. When you pull these deals together, the applications are multiple pages, a lot of pro formas, a lot of numbers run, a lot of budgets and change, and you have to have a keeper of those numbers. And then this time around, I want to bring Eddie Kaplaniak, who is representing M&L Associates, and they do a great job of keeping track of the numbers, making sure that we're on track and meeting the benchmarks that are set by PHFA. Eddie, please join us.
Thank you all. My name's Eddie Kaplaniak. I'm here representing M&L Associates. And really, thank you all for being here. Congratulations to all the developers, or the investors and team members for pulling this off. And a big congratulations to Tarik for pulling this off. I have a piece of paper in my pocket that has a lot of words that I thought I was going to say, but everybody said them before me, and they said them probably better than I'd be able to say. So I'll just leave you with a quick adage in my mind, encapsulates Tarik and the TLC team all together. And that adage is, if you keep your nose down, care a whole lot, and work really, really hard for 10 to 15, 20 years, one day you'll be an overnight success. And I think that Tarik has reached that point. So again, congratulations. Job well done.
Thank you, Eddie. Well, with that, I want to thank everyone, and I want to bring Mr. Casteel back up to the podium to have some final words. But as you can see, it's a partnership. It takes many, many entities to make this happen, and we're appreciative and grateful for all of the funding and the help that came to the table. And as Tarik said, we're not done yet. This is just starting, so we want to transform this whole area. My grandmother grew up at 15 on Regina Street, so that's where we hung out all the time. So I'm especially pleased to see this transformation. The other thing I want to touch on, and Chris Tully mentioned this, is the Developer Opportunity Fund. And I want to thank Robin and the PHFA staff for setting that up. That's significant in that it does not require extensive capital for the developer to participate. And that's huge when you talk about access to capital and getting things done. So Tarik had the ability and the wherewithal and appreciative of PHFA to allow him to do that. And that's why we're having these successes. So thank you again, PHFA, for your partnership. And with that, let me bring Tarik back to the podium. Mr. Casteel.
Well, I wanted, I didn't want nobody to think I missed them. I just was trying to give PHFA and First National their shout-outs first because they were the money team. But for the most part, I would like to thank PL Engineering Company. I would like to thank Kramer Marks for the architectural work because they're the ones who designed these buildings. They're beautiful buildings. They did excellent work, and I look forward to keep working with Kramer Marks. But also like to thank Community First Fund, who gave me a line of credit. Been working with those guys for almost 10 years now. Been working with my construction company to help build my company. I've been working with Community First Fund, and they work with a lot of small local and minority businesses in the community. So that's what they do. But the biggest shout out I want to thank is Pyramid Construction. Pyramid Construction I was worked with Pyramid back in 2008 as a subcontractor, and over the years we built a relationship with the president of Pyramid Construction, Mike Kleinpeter, in the back. Mike is the president of the company. His father was the president of the company. He was the vice president. But he was part of the reason why I got into the commercial side of construction, because he gave me the first opportunity at Senators baseball field back in 2008, 2009. And I've been working with them guys off and on for a few years, but when it was time for me to step out and become my own general contractor and then start getting into development, I always reached out to him, and he never turned his back on me. And one thing that I always respected and admired about him, he was always honest with me, and I trusted him. You know what I mean? So when I wanted to find a partner to do a project this size, I reached out to Pyramid Construction, and they were on board. I want to thank Mike McKay, project manager from Pyramid Construction, as well as Tyler Bixler. He was the project manager on this project in particular, but Mike McKay was on numerous projects, but I always considered them guys friends, and they partnered with me on this project, and it came out exactly the way I wanted it to come out. And we got done early, on time, and we used a lot of local force, a lot of local people in the community working on this project, and it came out successful. But I know we could have did a few things a little better, but I know we're going to do another one. We're going to keep on doing these. We'll get better and better as time goes. But I'll also like to thank Steve Conway, the vice president of Pyramid Construction. because we was doing weekly or bi-weekly meetings, and he kept me on top of, kept me informed, but we all stayed on top of the project. Everything got done on time. He hired a good team. Basically, the team I had is probably the dream team, honestly, because we started this project and we closed in September. We broke ground in really November, and it's November 1st, and we're 100% done with 50 units of affordable housing. I can't think of a better team that could have got that done in that time frame. And during the process, I had some young men that I took to a training program, and that we have an apprenticeship program that TLC Work-Based Training have. That's my nonprofit. My for-profit is the TLC Construction. But he had me go down and speak with ABC Contracting Association, and I became a member. So by me becoming a member, I didn't have to do all the hard work that I used to do. I try to do construction. I try to train people. I was wearing a lot of hats. It was stressing me out, wearing a lot of hats doing this stuff. And then I ended up doing a partnership with ABC Contract Association and sent my guys to the training program. And I ended up paying for these guys to go to school down there and get trained. While it's a big national organization, they training these guys and basically trying to train guys in my own community. And we have our own training program, but I wanted to get those guys more exposed to other companies and a national outfit. And what I plan on doing is building up these guys in this community, let them see what it's like to see a person that come from where they come from, and to build in the community and hire within. A lot of times we don't get these opportunities. And when I got in the door, I told myself, if I ever get in the door and get in the door, I'm gonna bring everybody I can, and that's what I wanted to do. So, there's a lot of times, they look at, they can't find qualified or quality work out of minority contractors. I want them to know that it can be done, and that's another reason why I always try to, implement the guys, local and minority contractors, minority young men, because a lot of them don't get to see stuff like this, by me doing this, I hope you guys are inspired. It's a lot of young men that come from out of town through Pro Rank Business, and they brought these guys up through SEPTA's, PennDOT's workforce training program. They come up from Chester. I want you guys to see and take that back to Chester, knowing that this stuff can happen. You know what I mean? And, it's not just Harrisburg, Chester, and all that. This is all over the country, for real. You don't see too many minority developers doing what I'm doing out here, and been to places I've been. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've been incarcerated 3 different times, and I did 7 years of my life. But 20 years later, this is my second project. I own 4 blocks of land in the city of Harrisburg, and I plan on owning more. So, but again, I would just still like to shout out to everyone. If I missed you, I'm sorry. But I see my sister-in-law here. I forgot that she did all the accounting work for me and all the the financial stuff for me. I also like to shout out Daniel from Kramer Marks. There he is, right there. You sitting there looking all quiet. I see you. But I appreciate you too, man. There was a lot of consultants involved in the project that I might have missed. I apologize, but I definitely appreciate everyone that helped me out through this project. Like I said, thanks everyone, and may we cut this ribbon.
That's right. 1, 2, 3.